Joe.
All right. Welcome to the Rooster Show, episode 7. We're here with Andy.
Oh, hello. It's Andy.
Oh my God. That's Andy. And we're here with John. And of course, myself, Adrian. And today we're going to be talking about various topics that interest us, maybe not you, but that's why you have to like and comment and tell us what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, and we will sift through those thousands of comments rolling in, try to get to yours, and make this a tailored experience for everyone involved, because we are people pleasers. We just created a YouTube channel. We're called the Rooster Show because we appreciate fine animals, and we
Goddamn right.
yeah. And what else? I guess, hit that little bell thing or something. We're going to be putting up videos every week pretty consistently. They will get better over time. This is just a little background. We're just three amigos that go way back to the schoolyard days. And now we're these weird adults, and we're thinking this could be something fun to do. We get to talk with one another, and you guys get to listen in and hear some of our ignorant ideas about culture and current events as they're unfolding before us. Without further ado, Andy's going to introduce the first part of this podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Sweet.
All right, go ahead, Andy. It's all you.
All right. So I guess the first topic that I was recently listening to was there was a committee, or they were in session with the Homeland Security Secretary, and she was basically getting asked a bunch of questions about the separation policy and things like that. And it's an interesting question because of the new, I guess, well, it's not new, but whenever Trump came in and
what's the separation? What's the separation thing?
Well, it's not necessarily a separation policy. The whole policy behind it is the zero tolerance.
It's the border thing, right?
Yeah, it's the border thing. So yeah. So it's not it's a written policy to separate the kids, but before Trump put the zero policy or zero tolerance law in, families would just be rounded up and then sent back to the border, or sent back to the other country. But now with zero tolerance, he's basically prosecuting anyone who crosses the border illegally. This has nothing to asylum seekers or anything. If you're found crossing the border and you happen to have a child with you, then you're sent to jail, and then the child is sent somewhere else to a containment facility. Mm-hmm. And that is interesting policy.
That's true. My mom was telling me about that too. It's it's just part of the process that you go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They come, and unless they're totally ignorant of what's going on, most of them kind of know how the process is. By the time they get there, they know they're going to go to jail for some period of time.
No, yeah, and it's I totally get it. You're breaking the law, and it's meant to deter people from crossing illegally, because now it's no matter if you have a family, you're going to jail. And that does leave the kids in a bad predicament, because you're young and you're getting separated, and it is kind of sad.
But doesn't the asylum seekers go to jail too, don't they?
No, they don't go to jail.
That's what my mom was pissed about. She was saying that even the people that are seeking asylum, the process is so, I guess, messed up at this point that they end up getting detained to county jail and stuff like that.
Well, that's weird. So what I know of is asylum is you walk up to the border and you seek asylum. Now, there's a difference between walking up to the border seeking asylum or 50 miles inland. You get caught and say, hey, I want to seek asylum. It's well, did you just why did you not, seek asylum 50 miles back, at the border?
Gotcha.
So that's a weird thing. I'm sure everyone who crosses knows that it's illegal to cross. You can't just cross for no reason, So
I don't know about that, man. I think plenty of people crossing the border, if all they follow are Democrats on Twitter, then they think it's totally fine just to cross the border.
God damn.
I mean, that's just the reality. Like the far left Democrats are totally for open borders, because one of two things can happen. You incarcerate these adults who are not using legal ports of entry to enter the United States, right, with their children. You lock them up. You're not going to put the kids in jail.
Yes.
So you have to put them in a holding facility, like you said.
Yeah.
Or you put both of them in jail. Now, what Democrats are proposing is we don't separate. We also don't put kids in jail. Take that to its logical conclusion. We let them go.
Bro, I totally lost you on the internet.
God, that was a good point.
Nah, but I feel on the liberals, because what pissed me off is I'm all for the let them in, let everybody in, but don't be giving out free candy and let a bunch of people in. Then all you're gonna get is a bunch of people that want free candy. All this talk about basic universal income, like you want open borders and basic universal income.
Whoa.
Like what's gonna happen? People are just gonna flood in here because they want free $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that's like actually Yang, the guy Yang. I think he's pretty extreme because he likes the universal income thing, but he says he's for the strong border because if you have basic universal income, then you can't just be letting people in. So he's like all about the border security, even though he's super progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, my immigration thing is, I think we definitely should let people in, like 100%, because it just makes it stronger. And like, if you're willing to work, like, there's no reason why, like, we shouldn't let you in. Obviously, there's going to be like a quota, because there's probably, once we say that, there's going to be like millions of people saying they want to work. So we can't just obviously let in millions of people constantly to work, because that'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, if you're here, you want to work. And there are like, obviously, like some jobs that some say Americans wouldn't do, like, pick fruit, even though, like, if I was fucking young, I would totally pick a fucking fruit for a, like,
well, the thing is, you probably wouldn't pick the fruit for like 50 cents a day or some crazy shit.
Yeah. I mean, those guys get paid minimum wage or their contract labor.
Oh, you mean the immigrants?
Yeah.
I thought the main advantage, because you can pay them less because they're illegals.
I don't think that's true.
I mean,
the reason I don't think that's true is because of like the IRS and stuff.
Yeah, but like I guess it would be shady business, right? Because if they're illegal immigrants, you can't even really hire them. So you're already hiding the fact they're working, right? So you might as well not pay them something. I mean, not pay them something that's legal or whatever. I thought that was the advantage, but
I don't know anyone who. I guess that's kind of wild. I guess you could pay them a lot less. That'd be kind of crazy, though. I mean,
I'm pretty sure they get paid a lot less.
Yeah, then they'd probably fucking. I guess I don't know. I don't know if they would get paid. Yeah,
most of them probably do want to work, because wherever they're coming from, they didn't come from somewhere where they didn't have to work. They come from somewhere probably they have to work a lot. The problem is turning into a country where we advertise that you don't have to work. Then instead of getting a bunch of people who are like, this is going to be a hard life, but it's going to be better than what I got, they're going to be like, well, it's a hard life, but there's an easy life over there. I'll take that. It's like, get a bunch of garbage going on.
Totally agree. I mean, a lot of people also come for like the chance of like giving their kids like a good education.
That's one of the main ones.
Up to high school here, you're getting a fucking stellar education rather than like, in some third world country, like a stellar education, something you could definitely use to, do something with your life, because it's free, public school is free, completely free. And like illegal people always go to public schools.
Yeah.
They don't check that shit.
First of all, it's not free, Andy.
Oh, okay. It's not free, but I mean,
Goddamn right.
But see, okay. Well, on this topic of immigration, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty opposed to just letting everyone in. I get it. Like the humanitarian response is, well, why not? If they're going to be productive members of society, yada yada yada. I get that. We already allow over 1 million people to enter the United States legally, to legally emigrate with an E. All right, we vet them. Bro, we go through a formal process.
Still immigrate. It's still with an I.
Favorite word.
Bro, read a fucking book.
All right.
Anywho,
go ahead.
We already admit over 1 million legal immigrants into this country. We have to vet them. We have to go through a formal process. Now, I do think that our immigration, system, how we process these folks is arduous to say the least. It's technocratic and it's not very productive as far as making sure we're getting in, enough people in a timely manner, which is what is compelling folks to do it, through the back door, right? Cut the line, because it's easier and less expensive for them to hire coyote, right? And maybe
coyote.
A coyote, people who run people across the border. They know little paths, right? Exposed areas where there's not too much police.
There's not too much walls there.
Too many walls, yeah, or steel slats. But no, my issue is just we need to make sure that everyone coming in, we have a formal way of tagging them and bagging them, so to speak, right? Making sure we know where exactly they coming from, where we need your records, whether or not you're educated. Do you even speak the language? How are you going to assimilate? Do you have family? I mean, a lot of this is already embedded into the system, but the system here isn't like the most efficient. And this is coming from Rocio, who worked with an immigration lawyer, where they would actually process these visas, like work visas and all these whatever type of legal procedures that you need to do to immigrate here legally. And she said it was just typical government, bureaucracy getting in the way of efficiency, and that's one of the big problems. And that's aside from the obvious dangers of just having an open border where there's really limited or no policing in some parts of the border. That's just not safe for the domestic front for Americans in general who are citizens. You're making it risky for them, but you're also making it risky for those immigrants who are coming here with not enough water, not enough food, won't have medical attention, or they're going to be exposed to people who are going to be taking advantage of them, especially women and children. So like from that humanitarian perspective, I don't have that same.
Yeah, like we should let less people in from a humanitarian perspective. Yeah, I mean, I get that.
I don't know.
I get that. I mean, to me, if somebody knows that when they come over here, they're going to have a hard life too, then they won't come over here unless they're ready to work. And probably for the most part, that's actually the case.
Yeah.
But I fear that it's going to change if we start giving so many handouts away and people start knowing that. Because there's a lot of people that immigrate to other places too, from civil unrest where they live. Like people in Africa go all over the world, not just the United States. And so if all of a sudden the United States started giving things away, you could imagine how much more overrun we would be.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, that's like, one of the welfare states attract folks like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like we need to get our incentives right. Like, we're never going to, put enough regulations on top of like immigration bans on top of regulations to make the system work. You just have to kind of put the right incentives in place.
Right. What do you guys think about complete amnesty? I think that amnesty is like a bad precedent, but if you were to do it, you could only ever do it like once. Like you could only declare bankruptcy.
Yo, what's amnesty?
For all the people who are illegal in the country, to give them a chance at citizenship without like prosecution or anything like that. I mean, if you like commit a crime, obviously, then yeah, you're out. But like anyone here that's illegal, like you would say, hey, come and turn yourself in. Here's a path to citizenship.
Oh, yeah.
So like that would clear a whole bunch of illegal immigrants in the U.S. and that would make them, give them a path to citizenship that would either lead there, you know, but if they did something bad, like in between, like any other process or any other person immigrating here, then they would obviously be kicked out. But I think you could do that like only once, just once to clear up the problem, like the masses here, and then say this will like never happen ever again, just to not give the people the incentive to come here, wait 10 years for the next amnesty. You know, it's like, it'd be like once, try to clear the situation, get everyone on the books, and then like, that's it. Like,
like not once per person, but like once, like now, ever. And then never again.
Yeah, never again.
That and definitely does put the wrong incentive if we kept
like
doing
law
that.
Stricter. Yeah. Now it's like you get caught, you like, there's zero chance, you know, after that, just make the laws like stricter in order to deter people from trying to, you know, claiming the next like amnesty round. So I think it would only work once. I think it would help for sure.
What I like about that though is as soon as you do that, then all these victim people can stop claiming they're victims because you should have just claimed amnesty and you had your chance, and now you can't be all victimizing yourself for being an illegal immigrant. Which is not. It's not like they're, you know, not in a disadvantaged position, but at the same time, I'm so sick of everybody being a victim in the 21st century. Make my generation look bad.
Spoken like a true cis white male.
Dude, I'm just saying there's some illegal immigrants out there who are not complaining. Think about that.
Oh yeah.
I probably personally have known so many in my life growing up in the Valley.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. I mean, there's guys that just want to fucking work. And that's like, I'm totally cool with that, dude. Like if you just want a fucking paycheck, you know, your family, fucking more power to you, homie. like here's the citizenship, work the rest of your life as much as you please. Like, you know, like that's totally fine with me, man. And I think it would be good because I do feel for the people who, you know, walk around with that like fear, you know.
Yeah.
Like
it's pretty bad.
Getting caught and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. That would be an idea. It would be a humongous influx of people. We'd have to like somehow regulate that, because I don't know what the number is of like how what like money we lose or that it costs the U.S. for all the like illegal immigrants here, like through any like public programs and things like that where they claim stuff. So they're obviously just for like tax-paying citizens.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So I'm sure there is some sort of value. Yeah,
that's what
it's too much even without them.
Any dollar is too much.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think that'd be an interesting plan to think of.
Yeah, it's just the wrong. Like the honest illegal immigrants are not taking those benefits because they're honest.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of them are paying taxes and not taking benefits because they're honest, and so you're not even helping them. You're not even helping the honest ones.
Mm-hmm.
No, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
But from the very beginning, you introduced this topic about separation of children at the border. That's been a long-standing. No, I was saying that's been a long-standing policy.
I mean, what did you say though?
Yeah, no, we lost like the first half of that.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm trying to reiterate so you guys, so we have it on the record. What I was trying to say is this has been going on since before the Trump administration and Barack Obama's administration.
Ages?
What?
Putting people in cages.
Putting people in cages, separating, just ripping children from the arms of their illegal criminal parents.
So here's what an interesting thing that the whenever that committee was in session and the Secretary of Homeland Security was there, she was saying like, yeah, it's a big problem. Like all these like 2,500 kids, they were separated and they were like put in like detention centers. But he's like, that's like a population, sure, like I get that. But think of also the 60,000 children we got who their parents sent over either by themselves or with someone else that wasn't their parent, you know, to the US. And like, dude, that's a lot of kids, man. Like 60,000, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
that's wild, homie. Like, and like thinking about, I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of those like committees in session, but all the congressmen always ask with their like 5 minutes of questions. They're like, I'm going to ask you these questions and you have to answer them with yes and no's, you know? So it's like, I hate that so much.
5 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, dude, like we're taking all of this, you know, like all the power you have and like the debate and everything. It's like, you literally just want me to answer yes, yes, no, 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 no. And it's like, obviously, like, you're going to ask me these questions, which make me say like, oh,
yeah, I wouldn't abide by that. I would never abide by that.
Yeah, shit, dude. Yeah, it's straight up bullshit. Yeah.
I'd be like, we'll be here all night. I'm not going to say yes to something that I have to say yes, but this and that. I'll just say yes, but this and that. Like,
you know, for sure. And then they will get mad like, oh, these are yes or no questions. It's like, dude, fuck you, dude. Like, are we going to have a debate, like a discussion? Or are we just
excuse me, Your Honor, but fuck that.
Yeah, dude. And it's like the the Secretary of Homeland Security was like, yeah, I'm gonna like explain these answers. I'm not just gonna say yes and no, because the Congresswoman is like, have you seen like this study where separation of children that are under 4 years old from their parents like results in like all this massive like brain trauma and all these things? And then the Secretary was like, it's not our policy to just randomly separate these guys. We're prosecuting them and we're not taking the kids to the jail cell. We're taking their parents and we're putting the kids with care of these like human rights people. And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah. But it's like
that was a yes or no question.
You're trying to make me say that we have this policy that we're literally finding any kid and then we're just separating them. And it's like, dude, that's not right, dude. Like, it's not what we're actually doing, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that that soundbite, that clip.
This is why smart people shriek away from the public sector.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of garbage you got to deal with.
It's a cesspool.
Dude, it is, dude.
When you could just be like a private enterprise, do whatever the hell you want. And if you don't like someone, fire them.
Just do better,
yeah.
But honestly, I say just throw those little illegal kids in jail. I don't give a crap.
Boom, soundbite.
Yeah, soundbite right there, dude.
Hey, you know what? That's what these like super far leftists all they hear anyway. So let me just tell them.
Oh, okay.
To their ear holes.
Yeah, right. I mean, you could say anything else. That's what they heard.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can say what you just said.
Yeah. To be completely honest, if we're here in America, an American citizen, like a single mom or something, in the most like commits a crime, and they take her away from her child, like the child isn't going to the fucking jail cell. Like you have to realize that, like the child is going to some sort of like a, you know, government center where they're going to be there,
or like a family, like a relative.
Yeah, but, yeah. I mean, some of the even separated children like don't go with relatives and don't go to like these detention
yeah.
You know, they go to those like freaking emptied out Walmarts and stuff. My dad volunteers with like helping some of those kids like under 18.
Oh no, okay. Okay.
He like goes and visits them, I think, once a week to try to help them get their shit in gear, like in terms of like like this one guy that my dad was just And so I guess my dad was trying to help him sort out how to get there and stuff like that. And yeah, he's like a volunteer organization. He does. And now that kid has left. So presumably he's going to meet his family member, and my dad will probably get assigned to some other kid. But yeah, I mean, they go to some like hollowed out Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
Hang out in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that your dad does that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I don't know how I feel about the prosecuting everyone. Like, I get that it's illegal, and I get it, and I think there should be a punishment for it. But I feel like if we're going to be prosecuting everyone, this is going to create a humongous backlog, like a ridiculous backlog. Like, it's going to cost us a shit ton of money to hold these people in a jail cell.
Andy, I don't care what the cost is. All right, I'm not losing another American life because the Democrats don't want a wall. All right.
Oh my God.
But on a serious note, what a guy, Mr. Philippone, right?
Oh, dude,
mentoring
what a guy.
These kids who obviously need some leadership, some guidance. What a guy. All right.
What a guy.
Just shout out. What a guy. And on a less serious note, let's just throw all the little kids in jail, because we can fit way more kids in one jail cell than you can fit full grown adults. So it's not going to take up all that much more space. And they eat less too, you know?
It's fucked, dude.
I'm proposing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We'll take a vote. We'll take it to the floor. Yays, nays. The yays have it.
The most fucking entertaining thing to me in those congressional meetings is like the head guy's just like yay or nay, and then people just like blurt out something. And he's like, yays have it, and everyone's just like disgusted, like yeah, like what the fuck? How can you even tell? And it's like so obviously a shitty system that like everyone reacts that way every time.
Yeah,
it's unanimous. You know,
everyone reacts with Cory Booker eyes, dude. It's like,
no one reacts with Cory Booker. Dude, who is Cory Booker? Who's Cory Booker?
Knows, dude.
Dude, he entered the race and people just immediately forgot about him.
Yo, dude, he's gone.
Yeah, like
he's gone.
Dude, there's been a whole news cycle.
Who fucking
without
done nothing, dude.
Without mention of Cory Booker. A whole news cycle.
Well, I don't pay attention to the news cycle, so I wouldn't know. It's not like they mention everybody.
No, it doesn't matter if they mention everyone or not. The point is who they mention.
Oh, who they mention,
and not Cory Booker.
Okay, well, there's like 15 people at least in that ring, so I'm pretty sure like at least 5 or 6 of them also didn't get mentioned.
I guess, but Kamala Harris is getting all the attention right now.
Is she the one that pretended? She's like pulled a Hillary Clinton on that Charlemagne show on called The Breakfast Club.
Is it Breakfast Club? Yeah, where she smoked weed with
no fucking way.
She said
it was like somebody on.
She carried hot sauce in her purse.
Yeah, it's basically akin to that. Like she said, she smoked weed in college, or she said she was smoking weed while listening to Snoop Dogg and Tupac, but and while she was in college, but she was in college like in '84, and Snoop Dogg and Pac were in like the '90s.
There you go.
They basically just called her out on either something there's not adding up. So
you conservative bigots and your facts always getting in the way.
Bro, I was under the impression that smoking marijuana gave you like hours, and just like fucking. You could just hear shit from the future.
Yeah, I know. She was smoking weed with Teddy Roosevelt apparently, and they were she was. That's just how that went.
Herb.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of that.
Any of it? Hello.
Instead, she was smoking weed with. Yeah, it was like
said she was basically smoking weed with like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, she probably could have gotten away with that just as easily as what she said.
I was there when they freed those slaves, and I got really high. That's fucking.
Damn.
She'll try it next time. Yeah, that to me is like disqualifying. You should be comfortable enough with yourself that you don't have to lie to pretend to be cool. Like you're in junior high.
Get Dr. Phil over
when you're
here.
trying to be the president.
I agree. But
like that's what people like about Trump. Like he might be a fucking piece of garbage, but he's not like trying to pretend to be cool for you.
Yeah.
If anything, he's like spitefully trying to make himself seem like a douchebag.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
Dude, he already knows he's cool, dude.
He thinks he's cool, which is at least he's comfortable in his own skin. That's what people like.
Sure. Yeah, I've actually I watched a big chunk of the Trump's El Paso rally because I was telling my mom to watch it. And
like an old rally? You're just rewatching a rally?
Well, I mean, it was the one he did last month.
Okay, it's a new thing.
Yeah. He did it on the campaign trail. He purposely did it in El Paso just so he could go and like flex in Robert Francis's district. You know,
he had like a counter rally there.
No, Robert Francis.
Yeah.
He had like a little group meetup impromptu that no one went to. He's like, hey guys.
I'm pretty sure people go to his shit in El Paso.
Well, I mean, more people were at Trump's rally, so that was kind of hilarious. And they were like less than a mile apart. And you could hear Trump's rally from Robert Francis's rally. That was hilarious.
What's hilarious is I think these rallies are becoming more of like social events for kids.
Oh, I hope so.
It's like you got the kids who just like they want to feel like social activists, so they go to that thing, and then there's a whole other counterculture of kids who want to wear MAGA hats just to like grind other people's gears. And they're going to the Trump rallies.
Yeah, I mean, that's just conjecture.
Nah, dude, that's how kids are.
No, kids are stupid. Kids are stupid. So kids on March 15th, the kids around the world are going to unite to fight against global warming or climate change. We can't call it global warming anymore because like when it gets colder, but climate change.
They're gonna like turn their ACs all the way up, open the window.
No. They're gonna walk out of class. So this is so stupid. And the fact, I mean, because for you to walk out of something, presumably you have to have something to offer, right? If you're a labor force going on strike, you're holding the labor from the person or from the company. Anyway, what the fuck do kids have to? They are consumers. They produce nothing.
Yeah, they don't understand because they're kids. They don't understand. The problem is they're kids. They don't understand, and then the real problem is there are adults praising them for doing it.
That's what I'm gonna get at. Particularly on the left, these adults are saying our generation of bigots has just ruined the world for you. So we need to, you guys need to step up and do this. And all that's doing is it's just this faux activism that's hollowed out, and it's just it's like devoid of any real like thought.
See, I'm not gonna lie, Feinstein put him in their place, dude.
Dude, Feinstein's a G. Yeah, dude, I know what you're talking about.
Destroyed those kids, dude.
Didn't we talk about this last time?
Maybe, but
I don't think so.
She did it right though, dude. She fucking put them in their place.
What'd she do?
Now we got these kids, right? And I guess they left school because it looked like it was during the day. They came with their teacher, and the kid's like, so you guys are ruining the environment and the global warming, and we want to, fund the Green New Deal because it'll work. And Feinstein's like, I have money to pay for the Green New Deal. It's very unrealistic. And then the kids start shouting like, oh my God, like it's our future. It's like everything we have. And like, why don't you just defund the military? And then it's like, no, like that's not how any of this works. It's like, I've been doing she brought up a kind of stupid argument of, like I've done this for 30 years, I've been in Congress 30 years. Like I know how it runs, which is kind of a dumb argument, but
yeah, it's an argument from authority, basically.
Yeah, but like the argument of like, we don't have money and like we can't just take money from wherever we fucking feel it to fund this like super unrealistic program. And the kids were just devastated. Like I feel like were the kids really thinking they were just gonna like they had the fucking answer? Dude, like they literally had it in their head, like I'm gonna change the world.
Kids were not devastated. Okay.
Dude, she did not destroy those kids. She was fucking arguing with little kids.
No. Okay, no. Okay, Andy, I think you missed a few bullet points.
Nah, dude.
Let me, public America, I know you're listening. This is what happened. You get these cookie cutter little leftist grade school teachers who may or may not getting married, what I call it, but they're open to name more.
All right, Adrian, you're cutting out. I'll tell you what should have happened.
Okay. Fucking spill it,
dude. She should have just been like, should just ask either one of two things. Don't say anything to them because they're kids. You don't have to argue with kids.
Yeah.
Tell them to go back into fucking geometry class. But second, have you kids read the Green New Deal? Because I'm pretty sure it's like over 1,000 pages, and you probably haven't read 1,000 pages total your entire lives. And the fact is, probably most of the Congress people haven't read it either, so she probably hadn't read it either. But that's the real problem. Yeah. They don't even know what the fuck it is. It just sounds cute.
Okay.
It does.
Now that my mic's back on.
What was that?
Now that my mic's back on.
We're good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sure.
So Feinstein walks into this class with leftist teachers who have made it their sole mission to not educate, but actually remove information from the campaigns, replace it with the dogma of leftism. And they were basically handed a script, maybe hours, maybe days, maybe weeks before they knew Feinstein was coming. These leftist educators were projecting their own political bias on these children, using these children. That's just fucking disgusting. Using these children as props to say, if you don't adopt this new Green Deal, the world's going to end in 12 years. That's absurd. And Feinstein did exactly what she should have done, which she said, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Your children, i.e. your fucking, your school teachers telling you all this garbage. Yeah. They don't know what they're talking about either. They need to sit down, let me do the job. I'm totally fine with people are always, and this brings me to another point with like the age of some of these people in power. So there's been a real push to, it's like, well, these people are just too old this, too old that. Sure. I don't give a shit. You know how many old people are just wise as hell? Even if they're not like the most educated, they just have years of wisdom.
They should be old. They should be old as fuck.
Yeah, man.
But they don't necessarily have to be the same. Like, they don't have to be there for 50 years, but they should rotate out, and there should be old fucking people there.
Yeah, there's plenty of old people go around. But Feinstein basically told them, shut up, sit down. You guys are children. And I'm glad that she told the kids that, because I hope that those educators who basically gave those scripts to those kids were taking some notes. Because that's what it was. It's adults projecting on the children and using the children as
I agree.
Conspiracy theories over here.
That's not a conspiracy, bro.
You're saying that they set those kids up, gave them scripts.
They did. America, mark my words.
I'm just saying, when I spat out some bullshit about the Federal Reserve, all of a sudden I'm fucking Alex Jones. You're over here. Kids are being used. Political means.
My God.
You know what? Good point. You can have your Alex Jones.
I wouldn't be surprised if they use the kids. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I don't know about giving them a script, but getting them all riled up and thinking the new Green Deal is a cute thing to support is definitely a manipulation. Like, it's a marketing manipulation, and they know they're doing it.
That's kids through their all these classes throughout the entire year, saying, there's like 50 different genders, and it doesn't matter what you do. You don't need personal responsibility, just as long as you feel good, yada, yada, yada. So it's been in the works for years, and it's just so sad that some of these kids have to deal with it. But I'm glad to see a lot of, these younger kids, like the teenagers, kids are smart. Kids are smarter than we're ever going to be. And they're picking up on the BS. And that's why I like the counterculture becoming more conservative. We're poising the next generation to be more conservative than we could ever imagine.
It's definitely no joke at this point that the upcoming generation, even the generation we're part of, is softer and weaker mentally and not willing to take responsibility for things. And I mean, I see that as like really bad, but at the same time, it's a huge positive for me and other people like me who just want to win the game. And we're coming up with all the, all the people that are our age that are coming up with us. A ton of them are just invalid. They can't, there's no way they could win. It's just, you have way less competition. So I'm kind of happy about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they're gonna. I totally agree with you that I've also thought of that too. And it's like where everyone else is just like not really doing anything, so there's a very good chance of winning. But then, who holds the fucking majority though? All the people who aren't winning.
Well, the majority matters when you're like voting, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of them, A, they're not going to vote, and B, the ones that vote are easily manipulated because they're weak-minded.
Yeah, but I mean, manipulated the wrong fucking way, though.
They're manipulated by whoever's manipulating them. So if you want to be the one manipulating them, then you're gonna, you'll be winning.
Yeah, actually, John, there's one little problem in this little you winning and them losing theory.
No, there's no problem. Believe me.
And it's the fact that you're voting for that third party every time.
Jesus.
Okay, pick just pick a side. Pick right side.
It depends on the person. I'll always pick the person who is right. And obviously in the presidential last presidential, it was like I had to go third party because it was just the process of elimination. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't vote for Trump personally, but I'm going to vote for him next time around.
Yeah, honestly, I really wouldn't mind. I think that he's a criminal and that he'll get indicted, but I'm just going to leave that to the Justice Department. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't indict him. Yeah. I have a good feeling he's done a lot of illegal stuff based on the people he hangs out with.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, leave it to them. I'm sure they're on top of it. But I'm not opposed to some of the things going on. I just think he's a criminal.
I could see you skirting around him. I could see you skirting around it.
I mean, I don't give him credit for the economy. No one should give him credit for the economy. That's absurd.
I do give him credit for consumer so that an index that used to gauge consumer confidence. I do give him credit for the fact that those metrics that we measure for consumer confidence, whether or not people who are polled are more optimistic or not about the outcome of the economy. I will give some credit to the Trump administration to that. Not so much the larger economy with all its moving parts. That's
I don't know. He's like I've said this before. He's got to be really careful at this point because the economy is at such a high point that if it comes crashing down, the way he's taken ownership of it, if it crashes down before he leaves, it's going to be his fault, and he's not going to be able to get out of it because he spent so much time saying that he's taking ownership of why it's so good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if he's going to take that much ownership, he better not win the next election, because it's almost definitely going to crash in the next 5 years or whatever it is.
I don't know how that follows. It doesn't matter if the economy crashes and he already won the second term. There's no third term. He has really no one.
If it crashes after his second term, then fine. He can always claim that, even though it still doesn't make any sense because he has nothing to do with the economy. But
sure.
But if it, like, perfect scenario for him would be he ends his term, whichever term it is, and then like within a year or two, the economy just collapses. Because then he could just be like, oh, look, with me it was great, and then right after me it was terrible. And that's the best case scenario for him. So if I was Trump, I would be trying not to get elected, because he has no control over when the economy is going to crash.
That doesn't sound like a winner to me, John.
No, that's fucking winning. He should go back to his regular life where he could just like have sex with porn stars and make shiny buildings. I think he would probably enjoy it more.
That gets old, believe me.
You got over there a little what was that? I couldn't read.
Axis IPA.
Axis?
It's the real ale here in Austin. By the way, they're not sponsoring this video, but if they'd like to, you know, they can send us an email at The Real Rooster Show. No, it's just The Real Rooster Show.
Drop the.
I always like I see a lot of Deep Eddies and Tito's around here.
Really?
Oh yeah,
always really Texas proud when I see it.
Woo, yeah. Yo, pull me one drink. Not gonna drink it.
See those Austin ciders?
Austin's what?
John? Austin cider.
I've never had it. No, I don't see them around here either.
Oh, okay.
Because they're garbage. It's like apple juice for all the grown-up millennials that still are children and like apple juice.
Some people like ciders, bro.
Oh yeah. Some people
they're pretty popular down there. I know what they are because I've seen them. I never had them, but they're pretty popular down in Texas. A lot of people like them
because it tastes like juice. It tastes like the juice you give to children in a box.
I think it's like historically like one of the first like American like beers or like alcoholic beverages that Americans drank.
Cider,
Ciders.
like hard cider.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
I believe that. I mean, fucking George Washington, Johnny Appleseed. Fuck's more American than that,
dude.
George Washington was cherries, though. Never mind.
Yeah, man.
Living up north with all those apple trees, dude. Do you got an apple tree or what, John?
Fuck no. All we got is concrete.
Yeah.
You know where I live?
Damn.
East Cambridge.
The concrete jungle.
Concrete.
I bet you're right next door to a Dunkin' Donuts and like
three of them.
Tom Brady's your neighbor.
I could throw a rock at like 3 Dunkin' Donuts from where I live.
Yeah, but that rock would never land on a good donut.
I mean, I've got a great fucking arm, so probably maybe stretch like 4.
Oh
my god!
Oh my god, dude.
Bro, I've seen you throw a football.
Bro, I've seen you like shirk away from a football that I threw at you super hard.
I've seen the sun blind me, and maybe that's what you're talking about. I've seen you. Actually, that would be a fib if I said I've seen you catch a football.
I knew you were gonna go there.
It's a good beer. I owe Andy a beer because he hit a pole with a frisbee at like 10 feet away.
Yeah, you couldn't do it though.
I did it like 3 times.
Oh my god! All right, dude. Disgusting story.
Oh my god!
All right, so check this out. I was eating at a taco joint. Have you guys been there?
Oh, dude, you told me the story. I don't want to hear it.
I don't really like taco joint.
It's not that bad.
You fucking kidding me, bro? Yeah. Bro, remember we got carded there, and the owner's from like San Benito.
No, he's from South Padre, and we weren't at the taco joint. We moved over to the
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same owner.
Yeah, it's the same owner. You're right.
Yeah. All right, so I was eating there right with my bro. Not my brother, but my friend. And I was eating my fucking taco, and then he's like, "Dude, you got a hair on your mouth." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I literally look to the corner of my mouth, and there's a hair. And I get it. I fucking pull out a long ass hair from my mouth, dude. Like it's literally in the shit that I'm chewing on, and it's super long blonde hair. And I'm just like,
damn,
what the fuck? Like,
I would have caused a big stink. Got free tacos.
I know, but the taco was delicious, so I finished it because it was so good.
You know,
nothing wrong.
Just go to the counter and say, you guys gave me a freebie fucking wad of hair, so give me my money back before I call the health inspector."
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do.
I love that place. It's the greatest tacos in Austin by far.
It's
saying it right now.
No, that's patently false.
Nah, dude. Where's a better taco?
I can like name 5 places off the top of my head.
Dude, honestly, that place I went with Adrian. What was that place?
La Placita. Oh, wait,
that place was good.
Was that where we went? La Placita?
I don't know. It's like the place really close to where you live.
Yeah,
La Placita. Mercado.
Yeah.
Is it that good?
It's good.
It was like legit, like authentic.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They don't serve beer though.
Yeah. Chelitas, Sol, Indio.
South Lamar. That's very good. It's like it's mainly a bakery, but then you can order like food there. It's fucking awesome, dude. We should go there sometime.
What is it?
I forget what it's called, but it's a bakery, like a Mexican bakery, and then on the side, well, inside the building too, they just like cook a bunch of Mexican food too. You can just get it to order there. It's really good. I had it a few weeks ago or months ago, but it was awesome.
Sweet. Okay.
But yeah, dude, that's my disgusting story.
That's pretty disgusting.
I expected worse.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad.
I thought it was going to be about your dating class.
God dang. How was it dating class? Are you married?
It's over, dude.
It's over?
It's over. It was only 4 weeks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I fucking went to like the first 2, and then the last 2 I didn't even go to.
What the hell? Why not?
It's just a fucking waste of time, dude. It's a waste of like. It was honestly, like the first one was an hour long. I was like, all right, cool. And the second one was like 2 hours long. I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not really fucking learning that much, and then it's just like a time thing. Because if you go and you spend 2 hours there, but then it takes 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes to come back, with traffic, and then you're just like off your mojo for like 10 minutes because you got whatever you're doing. It's just like so much time. It's just a waste. So I don't know. I didn't really feel like I was getting anything from it besides like the extreme obvious, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the extreme obvious?
I mean, just like
they tell you like when to take your dick out and like never.
Yeah,
you get a notarized piece of paper before you kiss the girl nowadays.
No, I mean it's a lot about like the Christian like faith of like what dating is and what it should look like, kind of, and things like I understand that, but I just need to get like better at it. Like it wasn't teaching me how to be a fucking better dater. It was like to understand dating, and it's like I fucking get it, but like
you don't need the theory of dating.
Yeah. I need the application, bro.
Yeah, I think you. Practice. Yeah, I think you hit on a good subject, dude. As far as godly men go, there's very few people that I know that are more spiritually sound than you. But so you got that down. I agree. The whole day thing, you're not gonna get you're not. You know what I mean? You're not gonna learn how to be a good dater at the stone.
Yeah, no, I agree. Unless I like meet someone super cool. But
I think you just have to go out. You just have to do. You have to do that stupid romantic comedy thing. Just put yourself out there. You really honestly have to just.
I totally agree with that statement.
That's one thing I don't do consistently. Yeah. That's why I'm totally content with being single. Because if I didn't want to be single, I wouldn't be single. Because you just put yourself out there, you find someone, and you tolerate them, and bada bing, bada boom.
There's so many people in the world. It's even just in one city. It's actually unfathomable if you actually think about the number of people. There's so many people out there.
No, for sure, dude. And I'm gonna fucking meet a ton of people, dude. So I don't know. I'm pretty good, and the thing was kind of a waste of my time, even though it was $25, and I was like, fuck.
Dude. You know what I think everyone in our generation is trying to figure out is like trying to maybe not everyone in our generation, it's like dramatization, but like people that use like online dating are now it's like becoming normal. Now there's like a culture of people that only use online dating and don't really have any idea where to go to not online date. Like some people that go to church, like that's a great place. It's like community where you can potentially find, that kind of thing. But some people don't have that. Some people don't have like any community like that, or they try to make their community like a bar, which I don't think works very well these days.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, there are a couple bars, like when we were in Austin, like we would go to the bars, we know the bartenders, kind of had a little community, but it's also like hitting on girls in bars. I don't think it goes over. I don't think it's the same as it was at one time.
Well, maybe not for you.
Maybe not for me. Maybe it's not for me, but if it's not for me, it's probably not for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Just logically.
Well,
but, I think, I'm sure some people it's great.
Yeah.
No. Some people are like looking at anybody.
Oh yeah.
I think more people are avoiding the face-to-face. I think it's just a lot easier to not do that and then just to like swipe on some app. Because I mean, I know plenty of people who like the online dating has worked, you know, like legitimately worked.
I know people who are married now that met on Tinder.
Yeah.
Name them.
Nah, dude.
Name them?
Yeah.
My roommate, Katie. Well, she's not married yet, but she's engaged.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, she met her dude on Tinder.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I moved in, she had just met him, and we talked about it.
Andy slipped in a grinder joke.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
That's not a dating app. That's something else.
That is a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah,
dude.
Right? For all you Chick-fil-A protesters out there, mark my words. The day will come where you have to atone for your sins. And you don't want to be standing at the pearly gates with that fucking grinder app in your phone.
Bro, you're going to have to atone for that hairdo right there.
Bro,
damn.
It has more volume.
It's okay. Your connection is so bad that you're very pixelated, so it's kind of hard to tell anyway, so you're fine.
Yeah.
That wasn't
unfortunately John's connection is perfect. We can still see shit on his
every detail.
Throw some connection my way, bro. This fucking volume is all I'm saying.
Whew. Bro, you gotta get this fucking like 4 o'clock shot, dude.
I shaved mine this right after I showered.
Fucking sandpaper
today.
Here,
I shaved this morning, guys. I mean, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Get out of here, bro.
Dude, someone called out my back hair today. It was weird.
Why'd you have your shirt off, Andy?
I didn't have my shirt off. That's the problem.
Your back hair through your shirt.
Bro, your hair's shooting out through the fibers of your clothing. Deal with it.
That was the problem.